What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Monty, and in today's video, you guys, we got our Week 4 NFL weekly predictions. Now, last week, you guys, we did not do bad. We had our best week so far yet. We went 11-5. So we went 11-5. Our overall record is 28-20 on the year. So the first 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying, especially the first week, we did not do pretty good. Second week, we kind of bounced back a little bit, and then the third week, we had our best week, 11-5. So you know what I'm saying, we're gonna see if we can keep improving or if we're gonna kind of stay at that 10-6, 11-5 mark. But you know what I'm saying, we're not doing bad so far this year. So let's quickly review overall the games I got right and wrong. So Panthers Texans last week, I picked the Panthers. Thursday Night Football, they won. Chargers Chiefs last week, Chiefs ended up getting upset. I picked the Chiefs. That was one of them that I got wrong last week. Cardinals Jags, I picked the Cardinals, they did win. Bears Browns, I picked the Browns, they won. Redskins Bills, I picked the Bills, they won. Colts Titans, I picked the Titans, they won. Saints Pats, I picked the Pats at home, they ended up losing. I don't know what happened that game, honestly. I was kind of confident about that pick, but it's whatever. You know, Pats don't really look that good this year so far. Falcons Giants, I picked the Falcons in an upset and they ended up winning, so you know what I'm saying. Give myself props on that one. Bengals Steelers, ended up winning ahead and picked the Steelers, and they ended up losing to the Bengals. And honestly, with this game right here, with the Bengals Steelers game, I kind of wanted to pick the Bengals, but I picked the Steelers because I figured they're at home. They lost the week before. I figured they get a bounce back win. They didn't. They didn't even show up to play that game, so it's whatever. And the Bengals let me down last week, the week before that, because I picked them over the Bears and ended up losing that game. And then, like, why would I pick them that week against the Steelers, who needed a win against a team that they should beat? So, I mean, I don't know. That game was kind of weird. Ended up getting that one wrong. Ravens Lions, I should have got it wrong, but the Ravens pulled it out the last second. Justin Tucker with the history-making field goal, 68 yards or something like that, something crazy. Jets Broncos, I got that game right, by the way. Jets Broncos won. I mean, that one was an easy pick. I honestly think the Jets are going to go 0-17 this year, honestly. They look terrible. Dolphins Raiders, I picked the Raiders. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, the Dolphins looked really good last week with Jacoby Brissett. So, I don't know. We're going to see where, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what the picks are looking like this week with the Dolphins game. Raiders, yeah, but I did pick the Raiders. They ended up winning. Bucks Rams, I thought this game was going to be a lot better than it was. Bucks Rams, you would think, I mean, honestly, like two of the best teams in the NFL. I don't know what happened. Like, they just ended up blowing them out, and Bucks got like a garbage touchdown in the end to make it look kind of close. Yeah, that game was awful. I picked the Rams, got it right. Seahawks Vikings, man. Seahawks, you guys let me down, man. I can't pick the Seahawks this year. They let me down twice, I think, in my predictions. Like, you guys need to get it together for me. But yeah, they ended up losing. I picked them against the Vikings, man. Packers 49ers, you guys already know. Game of the year. We came back, you know what I'm saying? 36 seconds on the clock or whatever, 37 seconds on the clock. That's all we need, baby, to have the GOAT go down there and get the game-winning field goal with Mason Moneyman Crosby, man. That was an awesome win. If you guys have not seen my reaction to that game, it is on my channel. Go watch it. Packers 49ers, like I said, we did end up getting that game right. I was never going to pick against the Packers. Eagles Cowboys Monday Night Football. That was an awful game. I picked the Eagles in an upset because all my picks I kind of noticed last week were kind of like, I was kind of going along with the pack, following along with the crowd. So I was like, I had to get one upset game in there. I chose the Eagles, and they ended up getting smoked on Monday Night Football against the Cowboys. So that brings us to 11-5, 28-20 on the year. Now for this week's picks. Starting off with the Jags and the Bengals. Thursday Night Football. We're going with the Bengals. Jags, man, they might be another team, like I said earlier with the Jets. They might be 0-17 or 0-18, however many games they played this year. I can't even keep track. But Bengals, yeah, man, they don't look bad. Coming off a good win against the Steelers. I think if they could beat the Steelers on the road, they should definitely be able to beat the Jags at home. Washington Falcons. Now this one, Falcons, you guys did me good last week. You got me a win. But I think Washington is more well-rounded, and I say that because their defense is a lot better than the Falcons. So I'm going to go with Washington here. They haven't looked good. I think I picked them a couple times already. I think they let me down already once or twice. So I don't know. I'm not really confident about this pick. This is probably one of the games that I could definitely see the Falcons winning. But I'm going to go Washington because I hope their defense starts playing better this week. I don't know. They got to get on a roll or something. Buffalo Bills versus Houston Texans. I'm going to go Bills. Not much to be said there. They look great. Not better than the Packers, but they look great. Bears Lions. Now this one, like, you see 53% of people are picking the Lions. But let's be real, the Bears are the favorites in this game. I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go with the Lions because they should have won last week against the Ravens. The week before that, they got blasted by the Packers, right? So that was their truly only loss of the year. And then week 1 against the Niners, I'm not saying they should have won, but they definitely could have won if they played better earlier on in that game against the 49ers. So I'm going to go with them, Lions fans, and just to be real, just to put it out there right now, you guys deserve a win. Like what happened last week and what happened in week 1 and everything, you guys deserve a win, 100%. The city of Detroit needs a win. So I'm going to go with them over the Bears. And the Bears, I heard Nick Foles is supposed to be starting, or Justin Fields maybe, or Andy Dalton. I don't know. It's just complete hell in Chicago right now. So we're going to go with the Lions. Cowboys Panthers. Now this is going to be a really, really good game. Now I think if the Cowboys didn't throw up that performance on Monday Night Football, what they did last week against the Eagles, I think a lot of people will be picking the Panthers because that defense is so good. But I heard J.C. Horn's out for the Panthers. McCaffrey's out. I can't pick against the steaming hot Cowboys. I think CeeDee Lamb starts ripping it up. I like the Tony Pollard kid from Memphis. He looks really good running that rock. Dalton Schultz, he's coming on. I like their offense a lot, honestly. Their defense didn't play bad last week either, but that doesn't say much against the, when you're playing against the Philadelphia Eagles, you can't really give too much credit there. But we will go with the Dallas Cowboys against the Carolina Panthers to win this match. Dolphins Colts. Now, like I said earlier, I'm kind of in the air about the Dolphins, They had a good game last week. They maybe should have won that game, but they didn't. And the Colts are 0-3. Now, do I think the Colts could start this season 0-4? Absolutely, because I'm picking the Dolphins. But I don't know, man. Because I kind of keep replaying it in my head. I'm like, Colts 0-4? Are we serious? Like, this team was the playoff team last year. They played the Bills. Like, they could have honestly made a push for, the AFC Championship game, realistically, if they were to win that first game. In that first round of the playoffs last year. But I don't know. I like the Dolphins. I think they're good. I think Jacoby Brissett, I think he gets it done this game. I think he needs a win. They lost 2 in a row, so they do need a win. I think he gets it done for him. I think Gaskin finally has a big game because I need him to have a big game because he's on 2 of my fantasy teams. So, I mean, he needs to start picking it up. But I think the Dolphins will start picking it up this game, and I think they'll end up winning this game against the Colts at home. Browns versus Vikings. Now, I picked against the Vikings at home last week, right? Again, they were playing the Seahawks. They ended up winning. The Seahawks let me down. We're going with the Browns this week. We're going with the Browns. Browns, if you guys let me down like the Seahawks, I will be so upset because honestly, how did the Seahawks lose that game? That's so ridiculous. And to get blown out like that too. Vikings don't look terrible this year, but I mean, obviously the Packers look better. The Browns, man, you guys got to win. Honestly, I know there's some controversy up in the air if the Browns are a top 3 team or a top 10 or whatever. You guys got to show it right here. Just put the pedal to the metal to these guys. Just smoke them from start to finish. That would be awesome. Please. Saints Giants. I'm going with the Saints. Okay. Now I picked against the Saints last week. They ended up winning. The Giants, like I said earlier, I picked them in week 1 to win against the not against the Falcons, excuse me. I picked the Giants in week 1 to win against, I forget who their opponent was. I can't remember who their opponent was, but whoever they were playing week 1, I picked them. And they ended up losing. So, the Broncos, I think. And I said I'm not going to pick them the rest of the year unless they're an obvious choice to pick. And this week, they're playing on the road against the Saints. Man, I hope the Saints don't give the Giants their first win of the year, man. That would be embarrassing. But yeah, we're going to go with the Saints here. Titans, Jets, Titans, and we're moving on. You guys don't need an explanation for that. I feel bad for those people in New York. Chiefs, Eagles. Chiefs. If you can't win this game, man, this is supposed to be bounce back city for you guys this week. Big bounce back week, I think. Josh Gordon, I don't think is playing, but I think a lot of people are saying Josh Gordon's, he's not going to do much in that offense. I don't know. I like Josh Gordon. I think he's going to do pretty good there. Obviously not playing this game, but I think the Chiefs get their bounce back when they need. They get back on the right track. Now, undefeated versus undefeated. Only 18% of the people are picking the Cardinals, and that's for the main reason of the Rams beating the Bucs last week, excuse me. But I gotta go on the hype train. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The Rams look good. The Rams look good this year. I think their defense is gonna be too much for the Cardinals. I think they're honestly, the main reason too is playing at home this game. I think the Cardinals are finally gonna pick up that loss. They had a couple controversial games. So yeah, we're gonna go Rams go to 4-0. Cardinals drop to 3-1. And actually, at the end of these predictions, you guys will see that I will have the Rams as my only team standing with the undefeated record at the end of the week. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. You know, I'm thinking in my head they're probably gonna be the only team that's gonna be undefeated at the end of this week. But we're gonna have to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? My picks are not always right. So we'll see what happens. Niners, Seahawks. Now this is one, like, again, I'm just in the air with, like, this is probably going to be wrong. But even though they let me down last week, we're going to go with the Seahawks. I don't know. I just feel like the Niners are I feel like there's more of a chance in that NFC West division for the Seahawks and Niners both to be at 2-2 than the Niners be at 3-1 and the Seahawks start 1-3. I just can't see the Seahawks starting 1-3 and the Niners get a 2-game jump on them. With the win already over them, I got to go 2-2 and 2-2 for the Niners and the Seahawks. So that's why I'm picking the Seahawks to win on the road. I think they, you know, I think this will probably be a high score, honestly. Both these defenses look terrible. Ravens, Broncos. I honestly, you guys don't even know how much I want to pick the Broncos here, but I just cannot. I just cannot do it. I got to pick the Ravens. But I do like the Broncos this year. You know, I like Bridgewater. I like their running backs. The Javonte Williams guy out of North Carolina, he's dirty. Melvin Gordon, you know, he's looking like his Wisconsin days. One thing I want to point out here, I promise you guys with all my heart, if the Broncos had Jerry Jeudy this game, I would be picking the Broncos, but they do not. He comes back, I think, next week or the week after. I don't know. I got to pick the Ravens just because, I mean, they're the favorites. And like I said earlier, I don't think any other team in the NFL is going to be undefeated after this week, except for the Rams. So I'm sticking to my guts. You know what I'm saying? I think this is going to be one of those years where there's not a lot of undefeated teams towards the end of the season. We're going to go with the Ravens. That brings us to the Packers and the Steelers. You guys already know I'm not picking against them all year. I had them going 17-0 as my early year predictions. Obviously, that's not going to happen. Thank you to the Saints. But we're going to go with the Packers at home. I'm pretty excited to watch this game. I think this is going to be a decent game. It's either going to be a decent game or the Packers are going to put the pedal to the metal the whole game and just blow them out, hopefully. Steelers haven't looked good the past 2 weeks. Packers look good the past 2 weeks. They're at home. I'm hoping Lambeau's going to be rocking. I'm pretty confident we're going to walk away with this win. Buccaneers, Patriots. This is a whole, you know, the Adele show. You guys already know what's going on with that. Man, Buccaneers, please. And honestly, I don't really have to talk about it too much. The Patriots don't look too good with Mac Jones. Mac Jones still needs to develop. That's why I feel like they should have just kept Cam Newton, help develop the young kids. Same thing with Zach Wilson. Like, why not get a guy like, you know, call me crazy, but even like a Tim Tebow in there to just mentor him, or, you know, trade for Andy Dalton over to the Jets so they could sit, you know, so Zach Wilson could sit behind him or something and learn a little bit before. That's why all these rookie quarterbacks look terrible. They're not developing. They're just jumping right into the system. It's not working. You know, that transition from NFL to college that's not an easy transition. So the Patriots, there's no way they win this game. I'll just say that right now. The Buccaneers are going to get a bounce back week. They'll go to 3-1. Now that brings us to the last game of the week, Monday Night Football, Raiders, Chargers. We're going to go with the Chargers. I like the Chargers, man. I like Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert's going to win MVP this year if it's not Aaron Rodgers. Now, the Raiders, like I said earlier, with the undefeated thing, I think the Rams are going to be the only undefeated team at the end of this week. I'm pretty confident in that. You know, I think the Chargers at home, we're going to get it done. Now, one thing I will say, too, kind of like the Broncos game, I think if Josh Jacobs was playing this game, I would pick the Raiders. I would pick the Raiders. Now, these are two teams I don't mind, the Raiders and the Broncos. Those are two sleeper teams. You know, I think those are teams a lot of people didn't think they were going to be able to make a push for the playoffs this year or even be a wild card team. I think, you know, they're pretty good teams. I don't think they're, you know, even though the Broncos haven't beat a team that has a win yet, I think they're still a pretty good team. Same thing with the Raiders. I just don't think they're going to have enough to get it done against the Chargers. So yeah, man, that's going to do it. Let me know what you guys think of these predictions down below. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.